Hello, I'm Lori Steiner. Welcome to Golden Opportunities.
Today, we'll wish you well with health news you can use. Do your flowers quickly fail? We'll offer ideas to keep your Valentine blossoms blooming. Then, if you're not feeling the love for your smile, we have help. Plus, need inspiration to make your third act of life a showstopper? We'll talk to a woman who is changing tracks to follow her true calling. And we'll explain a new retirement plan that could boost the longevity of your money.
It's time to get GOing, so pull up a chair and join us at our kitchen table for Golden Opportunities. An accident, a fall. They may not sound dramatic, but they can be traumatic, and surviving them can be a unique and difficult challenge. Sarah Hendrickson and Pete Soto know this all too well. Sarah is the Trauma Survivors Network Coordinator at Metro Health, and Pete is a peer volunteer with the program. Welcome both of you to the show here today.
Thank you.
So Sarah, let's start with you. Tell us about the program and why it's so important.
Absolutely. So when someone has experienced a major physical injury, there's physical recovery and there's emotional recovery. And they're at greater risk of developing post-traumatic stress disorder and depression during that time. So we want to provide support for them and help them through it and help them with what to expect.
Okay. Any type of particular accidents or problems?
Absolutely, yeah. So we help everyone, but we help people that have been in major car accidents, falls, people that have had work accidents, anything that would bring you to the hospital with a severe injury.
Okay. So what type of support are you offering?
We offer educational materials. We have this great handbook that we give patients and families to help them navigate the hospital. We have, it takes you from the arrival to the stay, through discharge, and then transitioning either to rehab or home, like a lot of individuals experience. We have support groups. We help people with all sorts of general trauma. We have an amputee-specific support group. We help people that are experiencing brain injury. So, they're available, they're free, they're available to everyone in our viewing area. They don't have to just be a part of the Metro Health system. We serve the community. So, we also offer and have had a really successful program called We've Got You Covered, which is based solely on donations. This was actually a really amazing handmade blanket from one of our doctor's mothers who sent it from New York. We give patients items that we think will help ease their comfort, or their discomfort rather, and obviously in a very uncomfortable time. So we offer glasses that often get broken in falls. We offer chapstick, things like that. And we also have an online community to help people, and we have, of course, the peer volunteers, which is the most successful part of our program. And this is where we take former patients and family members to and train them to come back and meet the families in the hospital and really help them on their journey and help them get started. And they're trained both by the hospital system as well as the American Trauma Society. And
Pete, you're one of those peer volunteers, right? So what made you want to volunteer?
Well, what began with the care that I received, the critical care I received, it was second to none. And then the post-care I received.
So what happened to you?
Well, I was I was a police officer, and I was on a motorcycle, and I was in a horrific accident, which was nearly fatal. It shattered my entire left side of my body, and I spent 2 months at Metro Health.
Okay. So now you're taking that experience. How do you work with the patients?
Well, we work with the patients by going and speaking about our experience. The program wasn't there when I was in the hospital, and I wish it would have been. I had unrealistic expectations of my recovery, and that's what made me want to be a volunteer, to let people know, hey, you have to take a step back, take it one day at a time. People have, like I did, unrealistic expectations of recovery, and some people don't want to do anything.
And they don't even want to talk to anybody
they
about
don't
it.
want-
But you've experienced it, so that makes it a better communication channel, right?
Yes, I've been in a room before where a gentleman didn't want to talk to the doctors and nurses, anybody. He didn't even want to look at me. And I knew that going in, we'd get a briefing from Sarah on his injuries, and I knew he had a bad pelvic fracture. And I told him, I said, no, I understand you have a bad pelvic fracture. And I explained to him that mine was shattered, and I had 7 plates and about 5 screws per plate, about 35 screws to put my pelvis back together.
Who
And-
better to talk to then?
Yeah, and his eyes opened up, and then the conversation rolled, and he felt more at ease, and he knew what to expect. And I'm like, I can give you at least an idea. I mean, everybody tolerates pain differently, but I can give you an idea of which way to go and how it's going to be.
It sounds like a fantastic program. The road to recovery is uncharted territory for most patients, but thanks to the Trauma Survivors Network based at Metro Health and wonderful volunteers like Pete, patients don't have to travel that road alone. For more information, check out their website, www.traumasurvivorsnetwork.org. My thanks to Sarah and Pete for telling us about this impressive program and for their efforts to help others. Thank you.
Thank you.
To learn more, call Metro Health at 216-778-7800 or visit their website, www.metrohealth.org. Next, prolonging your posies.